On Friday, I got an email that said, thanks for your order from Chili's curbside pickup. It's ready for pickup, $26 and some cents.
Hell to the yeah.
Okay.
Let's go.
But I looked at it and I was like, I didn't order anything from Chili's. And it said, thanks, Vern. We appreciate you ordering from Chili's. Vern. And then I was like, I'm being scammed here. So I looked at and it had the credit card number, and the last 4 digits were somebody else's credit card. It was not my credit card. So I thought, okay, this is just a mistake. Okay.
Like a glitch in the matrix that you got the email. It should have gone to Vern.
Exactly. But it said, email address. It said recipient, Vern, and I won't give his last name. Although maybe I should, but it said Vern such and such. And then it had my email address. I was like, all right, that's a glitch, like you just said. All right, fine. Sunday night. All right. Just sitting at home, minding my business. Check my email. Hey, Vern, thanks for ordering over here at Chili's. $24 and some cents.
Raise the roof.
Similar amount, but not identical.
Similar amount, but not. It's like 20 some dollars. It had been 26. I think it was 21. And it said, Vern, your order's ready for pickup. Rate us here. This and that.
Once you've had those Southwest egg rolls, you go back.
I think Vern is putting in my email address just to mess with me, just so I see it.
So there really is a Vern.
I do think
who really is ordering from Chili's
and picking it up, but he's sending me the confirmation emails just to get under my skin. And I said to my son, who happened to be home for his mother's birthday, I said, "Why is this guy Vern?" He goes, "Classic Vern." And he goes,
"Your boy's on brand."
My boys said, "I do that all the time to my friends."
Really?
Yeah. They put
you just throw out somebody else's email.
So you're clogged with the notification, and I don't want the notification.
But it is a real order for somebody.
Is. They get it, but all they don't get is
they don't get the notification.
That's right. But all it is I'll probably look at it. It just says, thanks for ordering. Pickup is ready, whatever it is. I guess you're driving over there anyway, so you're just like, okay, I'll send this to somebody else.
So the only emails listed are yours, and if you hit reply, it would go to Chili's or
it says no reply at Chili's,
Yeah.
And I said, God darn.
Vern.
Nobody does this to me.
Well, now you could. Do you see the customer's name or just first name?
Well, I saw his name. I know his name.
Well, you can give that a Goog and see what happens. See what turns up.
Thought about that. I haven't yet, but I thought about it. So I'm not sure if he's really I know it's not a scam. I'm not sure he's just pranking me, or if there's some glitch. But happening twice, that seems like it's a thing. I mean, it seems like he's doing that on purpose.
Should anyone eat that much Chili's?
Oh, God, no.
That's twice in 72 hours. That's twice in 72 hours. You heard what Biggie said about those egg rolls. I don't know. I haven't been to Chili's.
Biggie said party on. I don't know. I'm a little concerned about Vern's diet.
Biggie's reaction was different than mine.
I bet he ordered, ate, and the next time he got off the toilet, he ordered again.
Well, and I didn't see the order. I don't know what he got. It just said, here's how much it is, and it's ready to be picked up. And then, like another one, thank you for choosing Chili's. Like,
do you have any idea? Does the restaurant address show up?
Yes.
You should totally
pick it up.
I should
buy it
and spy.
I should go see.
If it hadn't been paid for, you pay for it and take it.
I don't know.
I bet it had been
What
paid
had
for.
been paid for? Because it had the receipt and the credit card number. That was my receipt, basically, is what it sent me.
I wonder how Chili's does it. If you put down the color of your car and the brand of your car.
Probably, don't you think? Yeah.
If you order online, sometimes you just place your order online, pick it up at the bar.
You just go in and get it. Say, hey, I'm Vern.
Hey, Vern.
Yeah, if they don't have a curbside pickup, just walk in and say, hey.
Maybe I should next time I get it.
You should race over there.
Yes.
Race to the Chili's.
Yeah.
Say, hey, I'm Vern. You got my order ready.
Yeah.
Take it out.
Yeah.
And then just sit in the parking lot with binoculars and watch.
And watch and wait for Vern.
When someone walks out empty-handed, or sit at the end of the bar with sunglasses on and a hood pulled up. And wait and watch.
Yeah.
Because that's when the fireworks will happen.
And sit at the bar and take the food that you just got and eat it there and watch it.
Yeah, watch it.
Yes.
While he's frustrated with the hostess.
Yeah.
Biggie was right. These are delicious.
I'm coming back.
I'm convinced he's scamming me somehow. I was like, is this money coming out of my account? But it is
You're
not.
clean.
It is not. It's clean. I see the credit. I see his last 4 digits of his credit card.
He's just monkeying with you.
Yeah, he is.
That's an interesting monkey.
It is a little prank, My son says he does it to his friends.
I hope you just didn't put something out there for somebody else. Give somebody an idea.
It may be. Now, I really thought long and hard about doing this because now others may try to get at me, like with those letters people send me with that word I hate on them.
Right.
So I'm
that's
afraid
right.
But that's much simpler.
Oh, yeah. This
wind
is,
up.
Yeah, this is quite a wind up. This is really like, what? What are you doing?
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not a crime.
No, actually, this is pretty simple. All you do is put in the wrong email address. You know, that's all you have to do is put in, my name's Vern, and here's my email address.
I still like the other play. Go get the food.
Oh, I'd like that too. But I'd have to get the email and then race over there.
Yes.
The restaurant is probably 25 minutes from
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a while. It's
Oh, yeah, that is a
I know
wild
exactly
place,
where
isn't
they're
it?
ordering from. I
Sure,
can see
yeah.
it. I should call them and say, hey, this is Vern.
I want to change it to delivery.
Or I want to add something to it on that same credit card number.
Yes.
Now that's how you get
Yeah.
them, right?
Do you
John.
have death by chocolate?
No.
I want two.
That's right. John, you have a similar story. Go ahead.
Yeah, I've been getting the receipt emails from another guy named John, excuse me, that shops at Harbor Freight and Lowe's, and he built a really, really nice deck during COVID.
And you know all about it. Okay. So I think they've accidentally put your email address in, but my email address is not even close. At least not to his name. All I know is his name,
Yeah.
but it's not even close. I think he just did it, for doing it. Thank you, John. Did you do anything about it, or you just? I was thrown at first, thinking, how am I being
I
scammed?
just get curious about what he's buying now. So
Yeah. So you
Yeah.
see what he's buying. That's funny. Thank you, John. Appreciate it. Here's the update to BB Shea's rap. He rapped about my son's friends laughing at the pine straw story. They discovered the pine straw story.
Yeah. So like the freshman class. Of,
Yeah.
What is that? The class of 28
Yes.
now knows all about your scam victimhood.
27, 28. And they know about me being scammed with pine straw scam from Jaquantavius last year. And in fact, my son told me that without him being present, they looked at it and were laughing so hard that the RA had to knock on the door and they had a noise complaint. It's because they,
Hi.
yeah, they thought
No, come watch this.
they got reprimanded for noise because they were laughing.
Did the
so
RA tear it up after he watched?
Yeah. He's like, okay, I get it.
You know what? That is gold.
I
I'm
get
sorry.
it. And my son said, Dad, you really. And there's also a couple of other videos of this whole program on there. And now my son's friends have done a deep dive into all these videos. And for a while, they were mistaken. They thought that I was Biggie. And they would come to him and say, dude, your dad. Your dad.
How does he play pickleball? I thought you said he goes to the gym.
Dude, what's going on with your dad?
That's not my dad.
He had to explain to them that there's a difference there. They just assumed
We don't have our names underneath us in the video.
No,
clips.
I guess in these clips, no.
Too much work.
Yep, too much to do there.
Why bother?
Yeah,
I mean, when you really think
Indeed.
Let me tell you something. This guy right here. I was told something. This is inner office as well. I was told something on Friday that one member of this program is celebrating something very special. And I didn't even realize it. And I was asked by one of the managers here to give something to that member of the program today. Our own Dave Aiken has been here with this company now 20 years.
Oh, yes.
And they've got your clock, your 20-year clock here.
Hold
Yeah.
that to the camera.
Isn't that nice? That's for Dave.
Nobody's looking.
20 years. That's right.
Oh, well, isn't that nice?
It is. And so he wanted me to give this to you
Yeah.
and play.
you.
And he said you should play that Dusty Roads piece. Hard
Dusty
Times.
Roads.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
I
Hard
got
times.
Hard
speech?
times.
hard times,
Daddy.
but because when you've been there, for me it was 30 years. When you've been there that long, they give you a watch and kick you out the door.
You don't know what hard times are, Daddy. Hard times are when the textile workers around this country are out of work and got 4 or 5 kids and can't pay their wages, can't buy their food. Hard times are when the auto workers are out of work and they tell them go home. And hard times are when a man has worked at a job 30 years. 30 years, they give him a watch, kick him in the butt, and say, hey, a computer took your place, Daddy. That's hard time.
That's what you'll get in 10 years. That's 10 years from now.
Look, I just got hard times.
That's hard times. That's hard times, Daddy. They give you a clock and kick you in the butt.
A computer took your place.
I guess I can go home. It's 10 after 10.
Yeah. He said we're not going to set it.
Yeah.
No battery.
There's no battery in
No
it.
one knows how to set it.
No battery. You get your battery for your 25th.
Okay, well, I'll wait 5
He
years.
told me that. He said, we'll give him the battery at 25 years. At 25 years.
Well,
Daddy.
it's wonderful, and I thank you for that. And I mean, as companies go, this is a good one.
That's hard times, Daddy.
Ain't gonna lie.
I got my 30-year, and that's exactly it. Chris Demm played that for me. That he is.
Daddy.
Dave Aiken's been here 20. Congratulations, Dave.
Thank you very much. And this show's getting ready to celebrate a little something.
A little 25 years.
A little 25.
Hard times, Daddy. Look at Biggie. He says it all.
It feels like longer.
Let's go to Chili's. Let's all go to
We're going
Chili's.
Chili's?
We're going to go
Okay,
Chili's
we'll
on
go to Chili's.
Burn. And
Chili's
do-
on Burn.
And do this thing, you know? Now, here's the legal story today. Two companies, you tell me who's at fault here. The HOA or a towing company. Okay, both. Okay, all right.
Oh, this is
This is a good story.
oh, this is a tough pick here.
We need. I'm almost tempted to call Lisa Lanier on this today, but we'll wait for her, I guess, till Friday. But this is a good story. This is in Florida, I believe, and there is an HOA who is cracking down on people parking improperly in a gated neighborhood in Florida. And what happens is they'll just get out on just barely like out of line, like by a quarter of a tire, one resident says, and they'll have them towed immediately when that happens. This is a couple of the residents complaining.
According to the paperwork, that a quarter of his back tire, was not on the apron of the driveway.
How much of the tire?
A quarter is what they told him. So
roughly
a quarter of a piece of his tire on the road, which would at least put it not into the road, but just off the driveway.
What did you think when you heard that?
I thought it was ridiculous.
They had took my vehicle out of my driveway saying that it was impeding the sidewalk. No warning, no anything.
Now, this was in his own driveway, and apparently it hung over the sidewalk by about 3 inches. And so what they do is they watch very closely, and if anybody is in violation by 6 inches, they'll tow you. And then, of course, the towing company gets money, and the HOA. So what the residents are saying is this towing company is in cahoots with the HOA and making a bunch of money on it. Here's another resident.
And they'll park down the road waiting for people to park to snag cars up, or they'll park at the entrance of the community.
Do you feel like they're just waiting to see if they can
I
catch
think so.
someone?
So it's like they're preying on
The tow trucks are like buzzards
They
just
cir-
circling.
That's right. They like stay on the streets of the neighborhood. Now, the tow truck company is called ASAP Towing in St. Augustine, Florida. And the news went to the owner of the tow truck company, and he says, well, wait a minute now. It's not on us. The HOA hired us.
Residents that we've talked to feel that your company has been essentially predatory towing. What's your response to that?
Predatory is an icky word that many people use words they don't understand what the word means. What does predatory mean? It means you're going to tow vehicles without a contract. You're going to charge exorbitant rates. Neither of those are existing. We've been towing for 28 years. We have contracts with these properties. They have rules. They're enforced.
Oh, he's smooth.
He was good, but what an icky word.
Icky.
Yeah.
Predatory. How can
How
you
dare you?
How
You wouldn't
dare
expect
you
a
say?
guy with
I know.
running tow trucks, hauling cars, use the word icky.
I'm offended. What an icky word you use like that to say something like that. So is it the tow truck company? Is it the HOA? Or are they working together just to
They're
get?
probably working together, but
Yeah.
it's the HOA behind it.
Well, I kind of blame the tow truck company a little more if they're really just being that picky, because the HOA has hired them, but I don't know if they've said if they're a quarter inch over, tow them.
But the HOA doesn't get any money out of it.
They don't get money from the residents.
The tow truck company is who's making the profit.
Yeah.
So see. At first, I was with Dave. I thought, well, it's the HOA that makes the rules. But now I think the tow truck company has said, okay, we're really going to watch this.
Unless there's some sort of back channel, where the the tow company sends a check every month to the HOA people.
Maybe.
Yeah, or a brother-in-law that is on the HOA board owns the tow truck company.
Right, and gets a little kickback from it.
Yeah.
Yep.
But what can they do? What can the?
Pull your car in.
I mean,
You got to pull it all the way up.
I saw a picture of one of these cars, and it was parked on the side of the road. And they say, you can't block a driveway. Well, literally, his car tire was, like she said, a quarter of the tire was. Anybody could have gotten in and out of that driveway, no problem with it. But the tow truck company saw it, and they do circle all the time.
Who owns the sidewalk?
Well, I don't know
The
about
community?
The community and not the city?
I believe so, because it's gated, and I think the HOA governs it. So they say if you're parked improperly, we'll have you towed. And they do within minutes. I mean, within minutes, they have you towed. One woman said she had a visitor come in, parked in the wrong place for less than 10 minutes. She was getting ready to say, park somewhere else. They towed her.
Yeah.
I mean, it was that quick. They're watching for that to get money out of them.
Takes a while to tow a car too, doesn't it?
Yeah, you got to. Yeah, I mean, they immediately
to get a car up on the truck.
Yes, and I'm sure. I bet if you came out there and said, "Oh, I'll move," this and
Too
no.
late.
But there are
Sorry.
communities and especially apartment communities that will do that kind of stuff. They'll
Quickly.
have somebody come by once a day, a tow truck drive through their parking lot once a day, or on a weekend, and see who's doesn't have their sticker or their.
I live in one.
They do that?
Biggie's one.
Oh, I mean, they are immediate with it too.
Really?
And if it gets, because ours is supposed to be, from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. to park in the lot in a non-visitor spot, you have to have like a tag.
Right.
And I've seen it at like 7:05 p.m.
Right.
You see the guys come through, and it's not always a tow truck. They're like these guys. They're in a car. They just boot you.
Oh, is that right?
So they just ride in a little old Ford Escort and put boots on. I mean, it is that. I've seen them do it that early on.
These folks say they do it sometimes overnight. If you're parked and gone to bed, they'll do it. Drew, you're talking about the tow truck company that's towing these cars. Go ahead.
Yeah, we had a similar incident. We went to a restaurant we've gone to dozens of times and noticed there was a car right next to where I normally park. It had a boot on it.
Mhm.
So we went into the restaurant and said, "Are we allowed to park there?" They said, "Oh, no, you can't." And I walked out less than 2 minutes later. I had a boot on my car, a $200 ticket, and the guy, there was really nothing we could do about it.
Yeah. I don't think there's anything these residents can do about it except make sure they park in the right place.
Is it one of those things where the attorney would say, "Hey, you signed it when you moved in"?
Yeah, I do think that's it. Because the HOA always wins.
Nobody reads everything.
Of course. I'm sorry that happened to you, Drew.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
What's it cost to get a boot off?
It varies.
It was $200, $250, somewhere in that ballpark.
Unbelievable.
Is that a tow fee, standard tow fare now?
Probably.
Yeah.
To go to the lot and pick up your car.
Yeah.
Probably.
Back in my day, it was like $75.
But this is easier for the tow truck company because they don't have to waste gas and take time from their worker to have to hook it up and drive it. You just throw that on and
Just
sit
boot
there,
it.
boot it.
You can put it in the back of a Ford Escort.
T-Bone, one of our all-time favorite P1 listeners, has a comment on this. Go ahead, T-Bone.
Good morning. I would think that this towing company is probably just doing what the HOA advised them. My mom was on the board of an HOA down at the beach, and they were all old retired people from like New Jersey, New York, Boston, up there. And her phone would start ringing in the morning. Joe over there on such and such lane's got a car somewhere, or somebody's got to sign up, or I mean, it was just all day, every day. They live for this stuff, and they like become like power drunk, and like they're like Nazis. They're crazy, man.
Yeah, that's probably right. Yeah.
My sister's trying to sell her home in Florida.
Yeah.
The past 2 open houses they've had, somebody has gone around like at the front of the community and picked up the signs that say open house and dumped them in their yard.
Ooh.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's
Here
like
at Busybody Anchors, we try to keep a clean
Yeah.
community.
Yes.
They don't like the signs that say open house. Yesterday they had an open house. They had a little sign on like the call box at the front gate that said, "If you're here for the open house, dial this number." Somebody immediately took that off and threw it in their yard.
Don't take this the wrong way, Kelly, but if/when you retire from this business, you know what you're cut out.
This is meant for you.
You know what your skill set is built for.
I really should.
Yeah.
You're right.
HOA president.
Yeah. I need to be the
Yeah.
HOA. You need me on that wall.
Oh yeah, you're perfect for it.
You're so right. Look around.
Finally. Power drunk.
Tattle on
You're
people.
T-Bone.
Oh my God.
Drunk
T-Bone.
with power.
That's right.